When it comes to ARK, rat holes are a key base location for survival, so we proudly present our solo, duo, and trio rat holes with full base designs on Crystal Isles. This video is sponsored by Team C's. Before we get into today's video, I wanted to take a moment to tell you about Team C's. Team C's is a non-profit organization that will pick up 1 pound of garbage out of the ocean or off the beaches for every $1 spent on their website. With your help, we can make the oceans and our world a better place. Look under or beside this video to donate. Coming at number 3, this location can be found at 32.0 latitude and 51.4 longitude. And then here it is on the map. And this one can be found in the snowy area of Crystal Isles. A lot of you guys may know this little cave area over here, but if you do not know, here's a little tutorial on how to get in here. So, if you look over here, it's a little bit difficult to see what is outside, but once you find this cave, come over to this rock that is sitting about right here, if it has not been mined of course, and then just fly straight up, or just go to the coordinates that were on screen. Now if you fly up, you will see this nice little area up here. Now, this area is not very big, but would work good for a solo, duo, or trio size tribe. Now the spot is angled very oddly, so building in here is not going to be the easiest, which is why I recommend using cliff platforms or even pillars with ceilings on them. Now I recommend keeping everything inside, but of course let's get on to the main tutorial to show you how to build in this the proper way. Now here is the full tutorial. So coming up here, as you can see, there's nothing on the exterior side of the base, and we try to keep the turrets as minimum as possible, because if you are a smaller tribe, you're not going to have a lot of turrets, meaning you're not going to be farming as much. Now as you can see on the front entrance, we have a nice good sized turret wall, and some turrets of course on the side, and we have a little platform so you can get a PT up in there, and you can land, hop off, go inside the base, cryo it, really do all that kind of stuff. Now if you come to this little honeycomb kind of thing we have set up, you're introduced with some vaults, some refrigerators, 2 heavy turrets that will shoot you in the face if you are an enemy of course, a bed, and then of course a cooker, and then air conditioners, there's some cryo refrigerators, a cryo, and then some fabricators right there, chem benches, smithies, and of course an indie forge. It's a nice little size. You can build a second layer if you wanted. I chose to keep it as basic as possible for the most basic tribe just looking to throw up a base out of nowhere. But anyways, let's move on to number 2. Now coming at number 2, this location can be found at 76.8 latitude and 41.4 longitude. Here it is on the map. It's a little tricky, but it is in the bottom left middle kind of area. It actually took me a little bit to see that. It was a little odd. But anyways, a lot of you guys may know this from my video that was up about a year ago, and we have basically just remastered that. And I decided that this is a great location for a solo, duo, or trio tribe, as you have a lot of resources next to you, and of course you have the little wyvern den. Now if your server does not allow you to build in here, I recommend not building this design. This design does block one of the entrance parts of the wyvern cove. Now if your server's fine with it, then let that be fine. But anyways, this is a good size one. It's pretty flat on the interior, but it's a little tricky with the entrance because the entrance goes from being very narrow to very big extremely quickly. So we're going to have to build something on the exterior side of this. So if you're looking for a PvP kind of rat hole build, this is the one for you. So let's go ahead and move straight on to the tutorial on how to build this. Now of course starting off, as you can see, there's nothing down here, except other than the hanging massive death wall tower. I don't really know what we would call this, just run, that's what I would call it. But anyways, you're greeted with this thing and it is just enormous. I mean, it does block some of the bottom area, but it's going to be hard to cannon this thing. So I highly recommend spamming a lot of foundations on the ground, and then go ahead and build it similar to how I have. And this is using 2 cliff platforms, so if one cliff platform goes down, it's connected to the other one, meaning that the whole thing will just stay completely up and standing. Now we could also add some more turrets, but this is all based off of the 100 turret limit, so I decided to leave a lot of gaps in this that I could have easily filled. but I wanted to leave some turrets for the interior side of this too. Now, we used the same kind of design for this except for the interior. We used the same kind of design for the death wall as the last one because it was a perfectly good death wall. There was really nothing wrong with it. Now, if you guys go back and look at our old one for the interior side of this, it was such a mess and there were traps and all kinds of weird stuff that it just should not have had. So this is the updated version. You come in and there's 2 vaults right there, some air conditioning, indie forges, chem bench, smithies, really everything that you would need. Now you may be thinking, where are the fabricators? Well, if you come upstairs, there are 4 extra fabricators for crafting. Yes, I know, it is a little odd, but I ran out of room. I needed to put it somewhere else, so I was like, hey, let's just keep building up. But anyways, come back here, you have your vaults, refrigerators, your cryo fridge, and then your tech jenny, if you guys can afford one of course. Then you have a bed. But anyways, it's nice and easy. You can easily do this with either 1, 2, or 3 people. It's really up to you. Now you have a little lock system right there, and you cannot get under there, but you have to go all the way into the corner. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Let's move on to number 1. And finally, coming at number 1, this can be found at 51.4 latitude and 73.5 longitude. And then here it is on the map, in about the middle right side of the map. You can see it right there. And this location is actually featured in one of my older videos, like the last one, like number 2. But of course, they're just such good locations that I didn't want to pass them up. And I just can't find any locations just like these. I mean, these are just perfect. They're in great areas for farming, great areas for getting around the map. So I decided to throw it back in here and just remaster it. If you guys want some more of us remastering things, go comment that down below and we can go, remaster some of our old videos. So if you think something just doesn't fit today's standards, go comment that down below and let us know which ones we should update. And if you guys are also watching this far, comment OCYT to let us know and I'll go ahead and heart your comment. But anyways, here's the area that we would be working with. Now it's a little tricky, don't mind that kind of stuff there, I forgot to delete that. But anyways, it's a good size rat hole. There's a big issue in the back here. It's wide open, but down there is a bunch of metal node and a bunch of stuff to farm with. So it's not a big deal, so let's move on to the tutorial. So anyways, coming along with here, I switched things up from the last build that was about a year ago, I believe. Now we still have a cliff platform on the outside, but it has a lot less heavy turrets on it. Now, of course, in total, this is still almost 100 heavies, but it is a whole different design using the same thing we kind of use on number 2. And then over here, we have this other wall. So if they drop the cliff plat, you still have more turrets defending the main base. Now you come through this nice little maze of doors through here. And this door actually sucks if you don't know how to open it, close it, right? But you got your heavies, chem benches, vaults, fabricators, indie forges, smithies, another vault. And I decided to just put all the fabricators all in one. It was a little weird, but hey, they fit. Put some air conditioners and then refrigerators, a bed, vault, your grinders. And then coming through here, I decided to put a tech jenny and a cryo refrigerator to hide all of your really important loot. Of course, if you cannot afford to build these, then just move on from that and use an electrical generator or just regular refrigerators for storing eggs and stuff. But you have your grinder, nice little vault wall, and then you have a cooker, a grill, and then back here is what I like to call the back door to a base. That's what I would call it. Now you have another little death wall kind of thing, but this is so hidden, no one's ever going to even see this in the first place. And down there is your nice little metal area. But we hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new, and hit that subscribe button. If you want more of these videos, please comment that down below. But we hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.